Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you are watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. So we're continuing the decks that I got from Tierra May, and this time we will be taking a look at the Ritual Tarot. So this is the marked edition, which is definitely something that I need because I feel like I wouldn't be able to associate card is which card I will be looking at if it wasn't marked. So this is the box. Let me just put that to the side. You have here the title card. The cards are a bit thicker than the Cave of Sybil. They have a bit more substance to it, but it still snaps back quite well. This, for size comparison, this is the size to a standard tarot deck or tarot card. So a little bit taller and just a little bit wider. Okay. So the marked edition just means that somewhere at the back of the card you will see the name. Like here it says King of Pentacles. Yeah, it's actually not that noticeable, especially for someone with bad eyes like myself. I wouldn't notice that it was on the back. Like, it's, I think, barely noticeable. Yeah. So it is a slippery satin cardstock, but compared again to the Cave of Sybil, a lot more thicker and feels more substantial, but not in a bad way. Okay, so let me zoom in so we can take a closer look at the cards. So I'll just be flipping through and talking, okay, through this entire flip through. As always, feel free to slow down, speed up, or pause. Oh, wait, we did not take a look at the guidebook yet. So, I don't know. I'm not myself today. So this is the Ritual Tarot Guidebook. Ritual Tarot. This is the marked edition. Deck structure. So it follows the structure of the standard tarot. 78 cards. Then, yeah, so it just talks about the structure of tarot and the Fool's Journey. Talks about the Fool's Journey. And I think it already goes into each of the cards and the meanings. Now, it is thin, so let me just pass through all of the majors. Because for the majors, you do have quite a bit of information. You have the you have the intensifying cards and the countering cards for each of the majors. The meaning. But how about the minors? Okay, so for the minors, you really just have keywords, I think, for each. So it's not bad, but at least you have significantly more information in the majors. Okay, so let's zoom in again and let's take a closer look at the cards. Now this deck has been out for a while, so I'm just very late to the party because I feel that I really am not drawn, or I can't understand collage decks. So this is already the Magician. And I think this deck reinforces that, is that when I take a look, so I suppose this is it's a High Priestess. Of course it is, because it's in order. Why? Huh? What? So hold on, I'm just looking. So the card that I said was the Magician. Oh. So they have two Fool cards. See, so I obviously failed because this is a Fool card, this is also a Fool card, and this is the Magician. So, you know what? I'm just going to flip through Empress. But I'm not going to try and name, although this one well, of course, it's in order, so I would know that would be the Emperor. This one, I would mistake to be a different card. I mean, I wouldn't think of the Hierophant initially. But unlike other collage decks, this one does feel a lot more mature. I don't know if that makes sense. It just, I've had other collage decks that just didn't seem cohesive, just didn't seem to work for me. And I can't really explain why. Because I do have some other collage art decks that I like. But it's not an art style that I am usually drawn to or something that I can easily resonate with. But similar with how the Cave of Sybil felt, this one feels inviting. Like I wouldn't mind really looking at the cards and trying to make sense of it, because at first glance it doesn't. Now maybe I'm not in the right frame of mind to have it instantly click for me at this point, but I do enjoy looking at it. So I think we have gone to the Wands. Yeah, so this is the Two of Wands. So at least for the minors, it's a little bit easier to recognize because you have the symbols on the cards. Five of Wands. The majors I have to get to know. Oops. Sorry, my pile slipped. Probably the Knight. Knight of Wands, Queen, and the King. Then the Cups, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Six of Cups. I like the images that she shows, or how I love this. Leave the Seven of Cups. So I am very slow at finding the name of the card. Oh, here, yes, Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. You know that when you second guess yourself and you question yourself, I mean, you already have an idea of what it is, but yeah, Ten of Cups. Page. And the Knight. Oh, she's beautiful. King of Cups. And then next is the Suit of Swords. You have here the Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Swords, Six, Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, and 10. Then you have the Page, the Knight, Queen, and King. And then our last suit, the Suit of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Oops. Two of Pentacles. You have the Three. Four of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Six. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Nine. And you have here the Ten of Pentacles, the Page, the Knight, Queen, and King. Okay, so zooming out, now this is a bigger deck and it is thicker, so and very slippery. So I'm not going to risk it. I will be dividing it into two piles. It's actually a lot more sturdy. It feels a lot thicker compared to the Cape of Sybil. So I'm just showing you that at least for me, I would definitely need to divide this into piles when I riffle shuffle because it's just a little too dense to bend. It's not as flexible and it is bigger than, well, it's big for my hands. I have small hands though, so if you have bigger hands, this might not be a problem, but I do have small and weak hands, weak wrists. Because it is slippery, I don't really have any issues overhand shuffling this deck, aside from the fact that it is a bit slippery and a little bit big for my hands, but I can work with it. And here we have the Hanged One. So good, we have a major arcana because at least there's a little bit more in the guidebook. Let me find that. Okay, the Hanged One. So you have here some intensifying cards. So when this deck, these other cards show up with the Hangman, I believe it intensifies that energy. So you have the Fool for adaptability, the High Priestess for inaction, Strength, passivity, and for Four of Swords, repose and stillness. Now there are also countering cards. The Magician is action, the Chariot, force of will, Seven of Wands, resistance, and Eight of Wands, swift motion. The Hanged One. Keywords are self-sacrifice, suspension, standstill, uncertainty, indecision, vacillation, hesitation, surrender, vulnerability, and reversed, superficial martyrdom, victim mentality, egotism, and arrogance. The Hanged One is about accepting fate and surrendering to the will of the universe. This card represents inaction and passivity. The figure is suspended, arms crossed, one eye open, the other shut. This is a direct correlation to the Nordic god Odin, one of the many hand heroes who relentlessly pursued magic by means of sacrifice. On one occasion, Odin hanged himself in a sacrificial ritual from the world ash tree Yggdrasil for 9 days and 9 nights to gain the wisdom of the runes. I know, and then there's a poem. I know that I hang on the windswept tree all 9 nights, with spear was I wounded, and given to Odin, myself to me. On that tree which no one knows, from which roots it grows. So this is from Snorri Sturluson, the Prose Edda. When faced with a decision, we often feel we must make a choice immediately. The Hanged One is a reminder to pause and wait before making important commitments. In reverse, this card suggests that the seeker will become the target of some form of persecution. However, the seeker may feel as though they are being unfairly punished. However, it's likely that their perception is skewed. The Hanged One in reverse could indicate victim mentality or empty gestures of sacrifice. So it's a good thing that there is a little bit more information in the majors, but I wish that was done for all of the cards, but I'm like that with guidebooks. I like detailed guidebooks. I know that not everyone does. Some people just read from the cards, they look at the cards and they just know. I am not like that, and especially not with a deck like this. But it doesn't mean that I can't read with this deck. I honestly feel a lot more drawn to this type of art style than I thought, because like I mentioned, this collage style art isn't usually something that I enjoy. It's I've rehomed so many decks that I try to bond with. I'm glad that I don't have to make that choice with this particular deck, because it's been around for a while, and the feedback from other readers, from other people who own this deck, it just seems like I would learn more from it, or I would get a lot from it. Now, I'm not saying that so that you would feel FOMO or anything. Just know that that at least for me, I do have a lot of decks in my collection. It still has a place. I still think that it is something that has a place in my collection and something that I can learn from. Again, it might not be now, it might not be in a few weeks, months, or even years, but I am not repelled. I don't know if that's the right term. I'm not drawn. I don't know if that is the right term, but it just means that I want to keep it and I want to have this with me, which is not the case with some of the other collage decks that I've had in the past. Now, do you have the Ritual Tarot? How do you work with it? How do you find it? What would help? I guess. What do you think would be helpful for me to really bond with the deck? And I suppose that that's for any of the other decks, aside from spending time with it, because that's really been a challenge for me lately. And I just feel sad because I really slowed down with my purchases for decks in the past few months. And the decks that I'm getting now are ones that I really feel drawn to and that I really want to learn from, compared to before that I was just buying them for the sake of collecting and just growing my collection. This time I'm really choosing the ones that I want to work with, and I want to work with these decks. But right now, just I have to find time. But yeah, that has been the flip through of the Ritual Tarot by Tierra May. Hope you find this video interesting, and if you did, don't forget to click on the like button and do consider subscribing to my channel. See you again next time. Bye!